In 1986, my world was turned upside down. You know why? You know why a lot of young boys and young girls in the United States at the time had their entire world thrown upside down. It's because of a movie that was animated from an animated TV series about toys that were robots in disguise. Now, what made this shattering was two things. Number one, it stripped away the innocence of being a kid with toys almost immediately because people died a lot. The other thing, epic metal rock soundtrack in a cartoon. Do you know how often we had awesome metal soundtracks in movies? I mean, unless it was Flash Gordon or the Highlander or that film Maximum Overdrive, where the vehicles came to life but didn't transform into robots, but they were alive. Yeah, that was Queen and AC/DC. Other than that, movie soundtracks were just Hollywood dribble. Not this time. And it was a cartoon. It was Transformers, the movie. Here's the thing. It's the 40th anniversary of Transformers, the movie, and they're doing an apology tour. Hasbro is. So Hasbro is commissioned a reimagination of this amazing movie soundtrack. And we've already checked out the first one, which was a modern reformat of Stan Bush's The Touch. But now we're going to check out the original theme song to the movie. Here's the thing. The band that made the original theme song isn't really around anymore. So they kind of had some friends do it. Now, if you happen to be from Canada or even from the United States, and you were looking for an epic metal, powerful voice that tells epic stories, you don't have to go very far. In fact, all you have to do is go up to British Columbia, Canada, and find a band called Unleash the Archers, who has been doing epic storytelling in a power metal epic sense for quite a few years. Epic songs, epic voice, epic theming. Live concerts have random lightsaber duels with the crowd. All true stories. Brittney Slays, the lead singer of Unleash the Archers, said, "I'll do that." And here we go. Brittney Slays stepping in to do the vocals. And this is with the Knights of Unicron, which is a band that has specialized in these songs, by the way. The Knights of Unicron featuring Brittney Slays. Here it is. The reimagination, the reformat of and re-recording really, of the original movie, the movie Transformers the movie, not the Wahlberg, Shia LaBeouf bullcrap. No. 1986. Here we go. Transformers the movie, the theme song, which is basically Transformers. Here we go. And I think it might, yes, I did not unmute it. I do this every day. At some point, somebody's got to say, "Hey, Oldskulenerd, I need you to learn how to unmute TV screens." Got it. Okay. The first chord, that chop in, the dun dun dun, that sounded very much like the original. That cut count, the chop guitar, all of it, and then the big note. You could definitely hear Brittney in there. You could hear the Knights of Unicron, and of course they have the logo. But then it went to the reformatted. But this tunnel of 80s computer animation Tron looking stuff was in the original video. So this is pretty cool. I don't know if the images come from the remastering of the original cartoon, because that looks really clean. That animation is really clean compared to the original drawn. Really polished and cleaned up, because the original was filmed in 1986, so it didn't have HD format. So the way this looks way cleaner than the original cartoon. Like, I watched it the other day because I have the DVD. It didn't look this good. So I'm wondering if we're getting little glimpses of the remastering of the movie here. And if so, I'm in. I mean, granted, I was in already. You know me. But yeah. Kind of excited. You know what's funny is, I think one of the oddest parts of all of this is the fact that when we go back to watch the movie, we'll be able to explain to children what an 18-wheeler is as Optimus Prime. We'll be able to understand and explain to them that Starscream is an F-15 Eagle. We'll be able to make them understand that, yes, Megatron was a very large firing automatic Colt 911 pistol with a scope and an arm brace and a silencer on the front. Okay. What we're going to have a problem explaining to our children is what the fuck a cassette is. Have you thought about that yet? The fact that we are going to have to explain to our children, when we have to explain to them why this movie was so amazing, they're going to go, what the hell are those? Be like, oh, those are cassettes. What? And we're going to have to explain that people used to put cartridges with tape in them into other boxes that played the tape that made music, and you couldn't just select the song, you had to rewind it. I think that's going to be the hardest thing to do, as for us as parents, is to explain to our children, and for some of us, our freaking grandchildren, what a cassette is. Be kind, rewind. Something that hasn't been said since 1991. I know. Actually, technically, you can buy the cassette of this album. And a lot of bands are putting out cassettes of their new albums. It's similar to vinyl. You can get cassette players, you can get cassettes. Here's the thing, I don't know why. I understand to hear the needle on a vinyl and get that kind of texture is kind of a cool thing, and there's nothing wrong with album art. Hence, I have albums, okay? What I'm saying, though, is there is no advantage to having a cassette. The number of tracks is smaller, it's not digitized, and you have to rewind it. So technically, other than the nostalgia of a cassette, it gives you no... It's a pain in the ass to rewind. So, I guess it's just, I mean, okay, you know what? I can't say that cassettes are useless, because technically I'm as old as cassettes. And as far as I know, my wife and kids haven't told me I'm useless. Yet, there is still time. Yeah, I still haven't forgiven Hasbro for killing Optimus Prime and replacing him with Hot Rod. Jesus. But this was awesome. And I do think there's a poster and the album cover is this as well, which is just going to be awesome. So, okay. Pop quiz. I'm going to be doing reactions to every single video of every single song that they release on YouTube. I'm just letting you know now it's going to happen. In the meantime, in the comments, can you tell me what sequence, what shot in the movie to this day bothers the crap out of me? Really, really bad. Something happens in the movie where they do all of this work to make every cartoon seem to have physics and consequences and battle damage for all the things they do to make everything look as realistic as it can be on a cartoon. There's one moment in this movie that is so Warner Brothers Looney Tune level that every time I see it, acid starts coming up. If you can identify what that moment is, I've got something for you. Let me know in the comments if you figure it out. The first person to name what part of this movie, and you can go back and watch the original. It's in the original too. There is a moment in the movie that is so Warner Brothers Looney Tunes, it is almost ridiculous because it's a movie about life and death struggles and all the battle damage and everything is like supposed to be as realistic as possible. And this one moment is so dumb, it makes me angry. It's Animaniacs level dumb. But anyway, I digress. If you know what it is, put it in the comments. Whoever tells me, I've got something for you. Anyway, I gotta go. Nice. Yeah. Thanks, Hasbro. Oh, by the way, Hasbro is allowing me to do these reactions, and they're not keeping the copyright. They're sharing the monetization with me. Yes. The last video has almost 6,000 views, and I made a penny. Thanks for sharing. Anyway, I gotta go. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Later. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you enjoyed this video, give us a like. It really helps the channel grow. Also, if you want to subscribe, right over there. A big thank you to all my Patreons out there for everything you do. And if you want more content like this, check them out above. Remember, love one another, take care of each other. We're all stuck on this mud ball together. We'll see you later.